Hi, did you know that in holistic health there is a connection to the number 4? The number 4 is actualized creation. In the I-Ching, or the Yijing as it is properly called, there is the 1, and then the 1 was split into the 2. The 2 means the yin aspect, which is the dark side. And in holistic medicine, we do work with the 2 plus the 2, which equals the 4. The 4 is a structure that really begets one's actualized matter. What I mean by this is that there exists all these subtle levels across the universe in all of our beliefs and traditions. And one of the things you might have heard of is that there are 4 elements, right? Which we go by earth, air, water, and fire. However, in Chinese medicine, we do include a 5th one, which we go by fire. Earth is sort of in the middle, but then we go back down to metal, which could be considered part of air. Then going to water, and then wood, which again, wood and earth combine. And so there's 4, as per my naturopathic education, there's 4 aspects of nutrition as well. Number 1 is drainage. So what we do with our patients is we detox through drainage, but really being very, very careful to how that person can detox. You can't just put yourself on a fast or a detox, because you might have a lot of implications depending on how much toxicity there is in your body. The next one will be our mental temperaments. In the mental temperaments, there are miasms, which I'll go over in a second. Then there's the heredity of the person, the family, ancestral lineage, which I work with on soul retrieval journeys. And then on the 4th, we do nutrition. I took these and I also developed a 4-legged table, or la mesa, as I like to call it, which is I always first deal with the person's emotional nature. Then we go into their spiritual, which means I do remote viewing, psychic readings through my intuition, and really bring forth any members from any dimension, because all dimensions are right here, right now, but we must tell ourselves a story so we could kind of like make sense of our life in a way, if that makes sense. Then I put in integral psychology, which is I give each one of my patients very specific tools on what their psychological needs are at that point in time. And then the 4th session, of course, is the physical, which is giving specific nutritional, exercise, spiritual homeworks, because again, in natural medicine, I do look to see how that person is behaving, not only on the physical matter side, but also respecting the laws of spiritual nature, as well as the laws of Mother Earth. Then going back again to homeopathy, why it's one of my passions is because there are 4 classical miasms. We have the psoric miasm, which if you're this kind of person, you see if you're one of these, you'll immediately catch cold, but then immediately you'll get better. What I mean by that is a child, maybe you built Legos and then you would destroy them. If you were that kind of a child, you tend to be more of a psoric miasm, which is connected back again to your family lineage DNA. Then we have the Luetics. Luetics, super intoxicated. They might put on more weight. And that happens a lot in the hormonal periods when you're growing up, and also in the menopausal or andropausal period of life, depending on your sex at birth. Then we have the psoric, I've already spoke about. Then the Luetic, which they just cannot detox. Those are the people, our patients, we really have to be very careful with. Then there's the tuberculonic, which I dare say is most of the patients I see. This has to do with if in your family lineage, maybe somebody had tuberculosis. So that actually comes across. and then you will have a harder time either with IBS, Crohn's, or constipated, depending on which side of the spectrum you're on. And then last but not least are my psychotic miasm patients, which means they're very much overly medicated. Pharmaceuticals have been a big part of their life, and it is rather challenging but not impossible. I would love to teach you more about this, and please feel free to go to www.Gloria, Correa, Correa.co and find out more about how I can best be of service. I hope you're having a wonderful evening.